Hello everybody, it is Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to Shop It or Stash It. I'm working with Off the Board today as well. It's the last Wednesday of the month, and this is also going to be a Spiegel Mom Scraps layout. So I created this layout way back in July during the Secret Not Secret scrap party. So Daisy and I were pretty proactive this round in picking out what we wanted to do for our Shop It or Stash It kit. And so I had my stash kit ready to go. And my daughter has this really cool shirt that has a bunch of little icons on it that create a heart. And when I saw that, I was like, that would make such a cool layout. And so I snapped a photo of her shirt and knew I wanted to create the layout and knew I needed to do it like as soon as I thought about it, or I probably wouldn't do it again. I'd forget it, get other ideas rolling in my head, and I would forget. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that idea. However, while I just started to create it, I had done the heart, and it was just the very start of the scrap party for July. And the very first challenge, the Thursday night challenge from Christina, was we had to embrace our inner Sarah Scraps and her love of stamping. Now, I don't love stamping. I don't even have ink pads for stamping, and I have, I think, 3 stamping sets. So stamping is not my forte. However, I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could make stamping work within this layout idea, knowing I was going to have to use my watercolors in order to do that. That being said, I have found I've done this twice now. I actually really like using my watercolors on the little bits of stamps that I have because it gives it a really neat, messy look, which I'm good with because you'll see that I cover up so much of this that by the end, you don't even notice I've done the stamping of the green little leaves there because I came up with another idea. I don't know. I'm okay with it. So I worked with it. I still fulfilled the challenge, even if you can't see all the stamping, because I did it and you're seeing me do it. So proof I did it. But yeah, so I go ahead and I use a leaf you can see that I did in the middle. This is just like a border stamp, I guess, and I'm using it to go around my heart. Now, this is not perfect, and I knew it wasn't going to be perfect, and that's the thing. If you're going to attempt this, you have to know right away it is not going to look perfect. It's going to be messy. I have places where it's smeared, lots of different things. And then I'm just going to wrap it up with these little flowers and using my ink and then stamping it like 3 times. So there's a whole bunch of different shades there. All right, so there we go. I got my stamping done. Whew, I fulfilled that challenge. Now let's bring in the idea that I felt like that was really stark, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just ruined this idea. What am I going to do? So I didn't really know. I got a really, really wet paintbrush that I'd already used to paint the heart, and I'm just kind of making that outline stamping just a little bit more muted because there was a lot of orange for a layout that is mostly teal and pink. So I just was like, so it's super subtle. You can hardly tell I did it, but it's there, and I'm going to let that go. But what I end up doing is I'm going to bring in my sequins now. And I'm using something called Summer Splash. I do believe it's a bit older. I don't think it's in the shop anymore. But it is the month of September, and of course the month of September is all about using up my sequins. Not using them all up, but making sure that they've gotten onto every page possible. So this is how I'm going to work with them in this layout. I just simply stitch the kind of really cute flower ones. I stitch them on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and use little teal ones, and I love the way that looks. I cut out a couple photo mats so that I have an idea of what I want to do next, not knowing my photos at the moment. And then I'm going to do something that I just love, and I feel like it completely changed the direction of my layout. So I grabbed this, and I'm using this confetti. I received this so long ago. Daisy gave it to me in my very first Christmas tin box that she had ever sent me. It was our first year being friends, and I have seriously just been hoarding this, trying to figure out the perfect idea on how to use it. And this just is what it works, and it looks so awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all the excess off, and it makes a massive mess, but it's so worth it. So I don't even care. And then what ends up happening is I think I hit record to show you where I'm going to place all of the little icon ideas from Nora's shirt that I'm being inspired by. And apparently I did not actually hit record. So my layout's going to just look a whole lot different, and it's going to pop up and you're going to be like, what the heck? So look, there you go. I took most of the stickers and chipboard from my stash kit, and I just played. I placed things in different areas, just trying to tuck things in, not having like sunglasses all too close to each other, and trying to use up as many stickers from that sticker sheet as possible. Because when this series is done, that sticker sheet, whatever is left on it, is going in the garbage. So the more that I use up, the better it is. And I love this. It ended up obviously with a very fun and girly vibe. At the time of me scrapping this, I didn't have any photos of like Nora and myself printed or anything like that. So I ended up using these two photos of little Miss Nora and her. It was like the very beginning taste of summer, and it was way back in, I think, May, when we actually had really nice weather. It was so gorgeous out. And then like June came and it rained all June. So it was just really fun. This is back at our old house, and she's so happy making her funny little faces in her pretty little dress, because she is currently obsessed with wearing dresses. She is all princess. And so, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then now that I've got all my icons on, I need to finalize my layout, do my finishing touches, figure out what I want to do. And what I come up with is on that sticker sheet is a border strip. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I love how that kind of makes this pattern paper, which is a little bit more on the duller side for a good reason. I mean, it's meant to be a softer look to the collection that it's from. But it just kind of brings a pop to it, which I love. So I went ahead and did that. And then I'm going to trim it and do it like, I don't know, an inch in. And then you guys, this is my favorite part of the entire layout. I am going to make a sequin border. And it's like a shaker pocket out of a page protector. And I just love it so much. Now, it took me a little bit to figure it out. And it's messy and it's not perfect. I tried to use my fuse tool, and for some reason, for the life of me, I could not make it work with my fuse tool, and I was not going to fight it anymore. So I simply just used my sewing machine, and look how cool is that? So I'm going to go ahead and use some of my double-sided tape. I find that with this type of thing, when you're taping things onto a page protector, using this type of tape, if you have redline tape, even better. That would probably hold even better. It's the best idea for you. However, that being said, I still went in and stitched as well. So that layout is going nowhere. But that is my layout. So thank you everyone so much for watching. Be sure to click the links below for everyone, and make sure you head on over to Daisy and see out what she's doing with her stash kit. Bye everyone.